Step one is accepting the problem. And chances are if people are showing up at this meeting, they've at least on some level accepted that there's a problem. We are seeing levels of destruction that are too much for any one person. And I've heard someone say, I can't accept something because that means I'm okay with it. And I don't think that that's necessarily true. And at the same time, what does it mean to accept something? And of course we didn't come to a clear answer, but I think asking that question is important. For me, acceptance is at first, how about just plain old not being in denial? You're not the person that when someone says climate change wants to cite the misinformation that is saying that it's not existing. You're not citing the president. You're saying it's some conspiracy for China to get ahead economically. I would say that's a level of denial that is a luxury most of us don't have. And I've decided that there's levels of acceptance. I had a very wonderful therapist in Georgia, and she often would reference the movie Good Will Hunting. There's this epic scene where Matt Damon and Robin Williams are in his office, and he says to Matt Damon, it's not your fault about the abuse he experienced. And Matt Damon says, yeah, I know. And he keeps saying, it's not your fault. And Matt Damon keeps saying, yeah, I know, to the point where he's getting annoyed. And he just keeps saying, it's not your fault. Yeah, I know, until it gets to this point where Matt Damon just breaks down and starts crying. And it's clear that there was still some part of him, despite actually knowing that it wasn't his fault, that felt like it was. We talked about that moment in therapy a lot because I wanted to believe that once you get to that aha moment where you cry and realize everything isn't your fault, that means you've accepted it and can move on and, dust your hands off. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, that's not the case with acceptance. We have to accept something and learn to accept it again and again and again.